Kinda Ghetto, season 3, episode 3, y'all. Let's get it. So the episode starts with Khalees and Miara, running their fake. Because in the previous episode, Khalees, for some reason, decided to sneak Miara with like a glass. Why? I don't know. Bow. I don't know. So they was running like they fade and shit. Mia was crying out of anger and she was like kind of hyped because she was bleeding and shit. And Khalees, she kind of snake. So Mia was in shock or some shit because like she didn't see that coming, y'all. She did not see that coming at all. So you could kind of see she was out of it. And I think at that time, like they was all kind of lit, So now I was like, what the fuck? Like what the fuck? Anyway, like Grara was crashing out randomly. So Ria was just like, what the fuck? And Trey was on that cray shit. Like everybody was just hyped as fuck. And they just had like, the adrenaline in the sky. Like even the tattoo artist was popping the shit, bro. And I was like, damn. Even the tattoo artist, she popping the shit, bro. Like at that point, like everybody lit. You know what I'm saying? So Mia, she wanted that one. Cause Khalees got her with glass. So it ain't cool and shit, bro. And you can't blame her. Like you really cannot blame her because at that point, if you're trying to sneak me with glass, like now you're playing dirty. Like you're just playing dirty and now I'm we ain't letting that shit go. Okay, we're not letting that shit go. So Rara was crashing the fuck out again, like nonstop, bro. Like I don't know what was going on with Rara. Like she was just crashing out nonstop. She even walked away like from the kitchen and went into some random room and then she shut the door. But the cameraman he followed her he followed her and opened the door and it was so funny because like the light was off. So like the cameraman switched it on and it was awkward because now it's like wow. You're just doing the most, entering rooms and shit. Like, what's say? Like, what's say? Like you. Yo, that was so funny. I ain't gonna lie. But anyway, the camera, it then goes back to the kitchen where, Ghetto was on the floor fighting with Silk Stunner. Like, so basically, we didn't really get to see what led to the fight or what escalated it or like hell what because when the camera got there, they was already on the floor. Like, I don't know what was the fuck was going on, y'all. It wasn't really no punching, but like a whole lot of hugging and wig snatching and shit. Know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, like what's the problem now? But I mean, okay, yo, cause I really I was confused. Cause I'm like, yo, they was like hugging and like it was a whole mess in a way, you know what I'm saying? So Ivory, she was then coaching Gutta, like outside while they was prepared to fight. Or while they was preparing to fight. And Ivory, she then tried to hold Stunner back. But Ivory ended up like manhandling Stunner on some, oh my mama, chill out, And it's like, Ivory, you kind of a co-host. Like don't be getting the pain with the girl though. Like, wait, Ivory, cause now, even though Ivory be saying like, I ain't trying to fight you, I ain't trying to hit you, but Ivory, be so fucking for real though. Like your approach is exactly that. Like Ivory will literally be manhandling you on acting like she's about to beat the fuck out of you, and she'd be like, I ain't trying to fight you, I ain't trying to hit you, but it's like, you kinda are, but or maybe that's just how Ivory is, Ivory is a fighter or like a heavy hitter or whatever you want to say. So obviously she does have like that like passionate fighting type shit, like when it comes to fighting, like she be passionate in that shit. So I think maybe that was what was happening. Like maybe she wasn't trying to fight for real, but it might come across as that. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? So Gata, she didn't like she snuck Stunner, like she really did. While Ivy was trying to like she got snuck. So Ivy then kept saying like she ain't trying to fight Silk Stunner, but the messy ass editors again, like I'm saying, like they replayed like 3 minutes ago when Ivy was coaching Stunner to hit Gata. Or when she was coaching Gata to hit Stunner. Wait, yo, what the fuck? But y'all know what I mean, yo? Cause y'all be with these names and it kind of be sounding the same. Now y'all confusing me and shit. But anyway, Rara was popping a shit, and then gotta just knock her the fake. Like gotta just like came out of nowhere, and she was like, bitch, wait." Yeah. So Ivory, and another cast member, they got into a fight with Rara. Okay, there was blood everywhere, and this is something that I later learned, but this is the thing. I said Ivory and another cast member, right? It turned out that other cast member was actually Ivory's girlfriend. Now, I shouldn't be saying another cast member because they're actually a non-cast member. But because they was fighting with Rara, I just assumed that maybe there was like a cast member that was coming in or some shit. I was like, oh, is that Journey? Wait, you know what I'm saying? But no, it turned out that it was Ivory's girlfriend, yo. So that's why it was like so heated. You know what I'm saying? So there was blood everywhere, like yo, and Ivory was punching Rara like the fake, yo. There was like a lot of blood. I couldn't even decipher like who the fake, you know. Apparently, Rhea, she then smacked someone, and I was like, damn, girl, you smacking bitches up in this bitch? Like, damn, yo, like you smacking bitches in sign language. Damn, that's some wild ass shit though. I mean, so Rhea, she smacked someone and it's like, okay, imagine being smacked in sign language, bro. Damn. But anyway, Ivory, she got it in her underwear, waiting to run another one with Rara. Cause she ain't done, like she's ready to go the fake. So the house was hyping Ivory up, and then Raven, she played the recording on her phone, which showed Ivory running straight into the wall, and Ivory, she admitted to seeing stars. So basically, like the first round when she was running it with Rara, Ivory, and we did see it, yo. Like we did see it. Like at some point, like they kind of got like Rara in a corner, and then like they kind of got like it started like getting her and like getting in. But Ivory, when Rara like started like falling to the floor, then Ivory, she ran into the wall like with the whole face and shit. So she did admit, like, nah, I was seeing stars, ho. I was seeing them motherfucking stars, the fake. And I ain't talking Hollywood Walk of Fame, bitch. Like, the fake. So they then tried to run up on Rara again. But, security, they kind of intervened. And we then see, like, Rara with a bloody face and, all the piercings, they were still on her face, like, y'all be brave to be fighting with the piercings and shit. Like, I don't know how many times I'm finna say this shit, bro. Like, y'all be getting in this face and you ain't even removing your piercings. The fake? Nah, y'all be playing too much. But anyway, yo, I wouldn't be doing all of that with piercings in my face. I mean, yeah, but anyway, Ivory then leaves, to go clean herself up in the kitchen. After, washing the blood off, she went straight to the pot, nigga. Like, she went straight to the pot and she was mixing the spaghetti, the fake, on some rummy bag. Like, that was iconic, yo. So Ivy, she just got in the fade. She full of blood and shit. But she's like, nah, fuck this shit, bitch. And then she went to the kitchen, washed herself off, and then got in the fucking pot, bitch. These bitches trying to get in the fucking paint, bitch. I'm getting in the fucking pot, bitch. Fuck is you talking about? Fuck is you talking about, how? Ivory, you something else. You is something else, okay? So, she then went, like, to bang on the door, for Rara to come out. And then she slipped and fell while, like, popping a shit. So, like, Ivory, she was popping a shit, but then, like, she slipped and she fell, yo. And it was, like, when you looked on like the camera, you could see that like the floor, it definitely was wet or some shit. Where the water came from, I don't know, but yeah, she definitely slipped and she fell while popping a shit. So Silk Stunner and Ghetto, like they was popping their shit back and forth on some, burnt out pussy shit, like, yo. And I was wondering like why the non-cast member was fighting Rara. But then, we later learned that it's Ivory's girlfriend and shit. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. So the camera, it then pans over to Ivory in the kitchen explaining why she fighting Rara. Cause Rara, you basically fighting with people that ain't even on the cast. Like, and then the security then told Ivory to stop trying to swing on him. And then Ivory got into an argument with the security. Yo, that was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That was some real crazy shit. Cause the security kind of had a point. Cause it's like, why are you trying to, like, y'all hired me to break up the fights. And then when I'm doing my job, now you're trying to swing on me. Like, don't do that. And I feel like the reason why I'm saying, like, I kind of, like, understand where security was coming. Because it's like, wow, you got me here to, make sure shit was good. If you have to remember that the security, he's a person. And everybody's finna defend themselves, So if I'm doing my job, trying to break up a fight, and then you're trying to swing on me, like at that point, if I end up swinging on you, then I don't want to hear none of that police shit, bitch. I don't want to hear ain't no violence this. I don't want to hear ain't no bitch, I don't want to hear none of that shit. Because I think that's what he's trying to say. But Ivory, unfortunately, she wasn't hearing that shit. Now she's just popping the shit. She's getting mad at the security. She's trying to, like, little boy him. And I'm just like, Ivory, I fucks with you, but that was so unnecessary, though. You gotta admit, I don't know why the fuck you was fighting with security. Like, I honestly don't. I don't. But, I mean, shit. So, Rara, it then comes from, I don't know where, with dumbbells in her hands and shit. And she's like ready to fuck yo. She then got into it with security because she didn't want to drop the dumbbells. And to be honest, when I say like shit was on honey, like the security, they wasn't playing because they knew like this bitch she might actually, and given the fact that she was being jumped too, that was like a 2-on-1 type shit. So now it's like they really felt like, nah, she really finna hit somebody with this shit. So they calmed that situation down. And Raven was just eating a plate of spaghetti, like in mince, while security was trying to de-escalate the situation with Rara. Like you just see Raven, like she's there eating spaghetti and mince, Like Raven, what the fuck? What the fuck? So then Ivory then goes inside, to run a fade with Rara. But before the fight started, then the episode ended. Just like that, y'all. So we're gonna have to see like what happens in the next episode. We're gonna see, is Rara finna get it or is Ivory finna get it? Like, but y'all, if y'all like this video, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to comment and don't forget to subscribe. Now I'm saying, cause y'all know the fuck was say.